All right, thanks for joining us on Valley News Live. First things and foremost here, we do have some wintry conditions tonight. We're going to have some snow up north. It'll be fairly light and fluffy, but we've got a light mix of wintry conditions down south. We're talking freezing drizzle. We're talking some snowflakes. Now, by morning tomorrow, will be icy in places, but Friday, the main core of this storm comes through. It will produce bands of heavy snow. We're going to get areas of icing. We're going to get areas of thunderstorms in southern Minnesota. Some of those could be severe thunderstorms. So wintry travel across the region because of the icing potential and the wind. There could be some power outage potential in areas hit by that icing. New livestock, if you're in the warned area for the blizzard or winter storm warnings, you may want to take precautions there for a northeast or northerly wind for your livestock, gusts to 40 and heavy bands of snow. Also snow load on roofs. It's going to be a wet, heavy snow. Here's the icing potential. It begins this evening, but the heaviest will begin tomorrow morning. We're going to have a trace to around 1/100 of an inch of icing on roads in the morning. It's going to be slippery out there, and some of us will get some light snow overnight, but heavier icing accumulation through the day tomorrow down to the south. Now, that's going to be topped by some bands of snow. Now, places that get more rain and ice, you can see this little hole in the storm system right here. Well, that's because it's going to be liquid for a good time here. But this purple area, including Otter Tail County, Wadena County, right through the Warren area into the Sisseton Hills, a heavy batch of wet snow, 5 to 9 inches, isolated places getting a little more, rapidly decreasing into the FM area where we could see around an inch or so of snow. But if you're in Becker County, the southern reaches of your area could see upwards of 2 to 4 inches. And a trace to 2 inches possible up in the Devil's Lake Basin from what's going on right now. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Drifting flakes up north will be the cold, fluffy variety. And then as we go through the overnight, you're going to get these bands of mixed precipitation, putting a glaze of icy nonsense on area roads. So take yourself some extra time and use caution heading in. Most of this stays south of Fargo, but we could have some light icing here in town. Please be cautious. Now, as we go through the morning hours, check out the lower left-hand side of your screen, moving out of the central Dakotas. Here comes the very heavy bands of snow, transitioning to a very heavy band of freezing rain, sleet, and then just flat-out rain in the Twin Cities. Through the day, the heavy band of snow kind of parks itself from the Sisseton Hills through Otter Tail County, finally exiting by the time we get to very late tomorrow. So it's an all-day event. Hours of snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour in some spots means some heavy, wet, thick cement type snow. 30 in Bemidji now, 32 in Fargo-Moorhead. Here's why we're expecting fluffy flakes up north. Your temperatures are closer to those low 20s at this hour. Here's the main event. Look at that severe weather rolling into parts of southern South Dakota. Another storm system next week. Here's a quick peek at this. A lot can change with the intensity of this storm system and the track. But suffice it to say, all models do agree on bands of heavy snow and mixed precipitation working their way through the region. You can see our viewing area here, right in the track of this European model run here. And as far as that goes, there is a risk of 6 or more inches of snow in red. That risk is greatest where you see the red. That includes Fargo. We'll keep you updated on tracks and shifting of that on the Valley News Live weather app. And right here, of course, some could see a legitimate shot at over a foot of snow. Temperatures to start your day close to what we have now. Tomorrow we warm up to near 30 down south, staying in the 20s north. A lot of wind and very heavy snow south. Avoid travel south or southeast. Frankie said Hutch, this is nonsense. He wants to break out the lay and head out and enjoy some summer-like weather, and little Frankie couldn't agree more. Pam, thanks for sharing all of your photos of your awesome puppies. All right, quieter this weekend. Snow north Sunday. Not a bad shot at 40 in Fargo. There's your Tuesday, Wednesday first alert weather days for that major Colorado low. Then a little quieter as we close out next week and head towards Easter Sunday. Let's hope we can keep that quiet. Mid-30s sound good. And I'll repeat that one more time. Let's hope we can keep that quiet.
I agree. And every time we get the snow, too, especially the wet snow, the flood risk